Strike quickly. How far he had to taking this all the way to the
what just happened? To him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for on offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Lawrence, open man here, Sims complete. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even better. They can pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35. Over with a new set of downs. Houston set to take over and coming off of this offense.
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Watson now to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Five yards remain on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here pulled in by Lazard. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Lawrence to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down. To the air yet again, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Going for it, here's ETN. Come on, 4th down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. To it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Gabriel.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we